This is Get Details, what you need to know. Thanks for watching. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment. You know, here in America, we love our pets. All kinds of pets. Pet ownership in the U.S. has jumped significantly over the past 30 years. In 2024, 66% of U.S. households have at least one pet. Chances are, a lot more people would love to have pets, but due to time constraints or living situations, they can't. But 87 million homes means a lot of pets. The vast majority are dogs and cats. And they need a lot of pet accessories and food. Because you love them, and you want them to be happy. But just how much? The latest figures show Americans spend almost $137 billion on their pets in 1 year. That's 137 followed by 9 zeros. And that's up nearly 11% from last year. That means the average pooch, hiya buddy, for example, costs more than $1,500 a year. So we really must love them to spend that much money. But hey, that doesn't take into account the extra fees that renters have to pay. In some states, they're limited to 2 months worth of rent. But you'll always pay a higher fee if you own a pet. Because, well, let's face it, not everyone is quite as responsible as you are. Not everyone takes the time to regularly check on their pets, to take care of their medical needs, or just give them some love, and keep them from wrecking the property. Now, if you can't take care of a pet, don't get one. It's just plain cruel to withhold love and affection from such a sweet and innocent creature. So how about you? Do you have a pet? Tell us in the comments. We'd especially like to hear if you have an unusual pet. While some people are incapable of properly caring for pets, there are others on the other end of the spectrum who go completely off the deep end, and they spend thousands of dollars on medical procedures that seem way out of whack. Like Ruby's owner, who spent over $2,500 on a tiny little guinea pig hysterectomy. Really? And the vet assured her it was a medical necessity for the 6-year-old rodent, but he probably had a boat payment coming up. Ruby lived 2 more years. Her owner says she still doesn't regret having to borrow that money. And this is far from unusual. For a lot of us, our pets are just like our kids. And most parents would do anything in the world for their children. That's why pet-centric websites like Chewy.com, which is a great site by the way, had an annual revenue of over $10 billion in 2022. Giving presents to our dogs, cats, birds, snakes, rabbits, puppies, guppies, and guinea pigs just makes us feel good. And if you have a soft and cuddly pet, there are definite benefits. You know how nice it feels to stroke a dog or cat that enjoys being touched? Research shows simply petting a dog lowers a stress hormone called cortisol, while the social interactions between people and their pets actually increases levels of the feel-good hormone called oxytocin. That's the same hormone that bonds mothers and babies. And here's something interesting. An astonishing 84% of PTSD patients paired with service dogs reported significant reductions in symptoms. 40% were able to take less medicine. PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, can be triggered by a number of factors, from psychological or sexual abuse to being a victim of a crime or serious accident. And many military veterans suffer from the traumatic effects of being in a war zone. So for many people with this type of emotional need, pets help them feel better and cope with the pressures of life. And it's all due to those sweet little critters that we love so much. This is Get Details. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe so you'll know when we put out new episodes. And we'd love to earn a like and a comment from you too. Chances are you love animals, or you wouldn't still be watching. But there are some people who just can't stand animals like dogs and cats. While they must have personal reasons, most pet owners look at people like that and wonder why. Growing up, taking care of pets teaches kids responsibility and empathy. Loving and caring for an animal creates a sense of humanity and comprehension that may be missing from many lives. Pets, quite simply, enrich us in more ways than we could possibly list. Then there are some people who love pets so much they may not have time or desire to interact with other people. We all know them. Their Instagram page is covered with pics of cute little kitty cats. They have a kitty cat bumper sticker, maybe a personalized kitty cat license tag. These people are sometimes referred to as a crazy cat lady. But they're crazy cat guys, too. And for many of them, it's not considered derogatory. They admit it. They're crazy for their cats. And they think you're crazy if you don't feel the same way. Anthropologists tell us that cats basically domesticated themselves. And true to feline form, they took their own sweet time before deciding to steal your chair for good. In a new comprehensive study of the spread of domesticated cats, DNA analysis suggests that cats lived for thousands of years right alongside humans before they were actually considered to be tame and domesticated. The DNA of more than 200 cats spanning the last 9,000 years included cats from ancient Rome, Egyptian cat mummies, and modern African wildcats. The earlier ancestors of today's domestic kitties spread from southwestern Asia to Europe as early as 4400 BC. The cats likely started hanging around farming communities in the Fertile Crescent about 8,000 years ago, where they took care of the rodent problem. The mice were attracted to crops and food that the humans had. Cats hunted the rodents and in turn started coming into regular contact with the humans. So in a way, cats decided to domesticate themselves. This is in stark contrast to dogs. The first animals to be domesticated, dogs were bred to do certain jobs, which was never the case with cats. Ask any cat owner, they'll tell you, cats pretty much do what cats want to do. And that brings us back to the present, and toxoplasmosis, the crazy cat lady syndrome. Solid research suggests cats have a special kind of mind control over many mammals that they come into close contact with. But how? Why? Well, it's a parasitic organism that lives in their poop. In one account, researchers describe how toxo can travel into a rat's brain and cause the rat to lose its fear of cats. They actually become attracted to the smell of the cat urine, which always ends badly for the rat. So neuroscience knows about this special superpower, parasite that cats have, and how it can infest a cat owner. Wikipedia says up to half of the world's population is infected by the toxo bug, but most have no symptoms. In the U.S., approximately 11% of us have been infected, while in some areas of the world, it's more than 60%. So how can it be so pervasive? Well, it's mostly harmless to the vast majority of cat owners, but if you have a compromised immune system, it could be dangerous. Pregnant women are advised not to come into contact with litter boxes because a fetus can't fight off toxo, which can lead to seizures, cognitive problems, even blindness. All from a cute little kitty and his not-so-cute parasite. But what about all those crazy cat ladies that just seem totally crazy about their cats? They don't seem to suffer any real health problems, do they? Well, often not. Unless you have a microscope and examine their blood, the toxo bug contains an enzyme that creates dopamine. That's a neurotransmitter. Humans who take dopamine pills are at an increased risk for impulsive and risky behavior. Excessive dopamine activity is also involved in schizophrenia. Immunologists say it is possible that toxo could trigger an immune response that could cause psychosis. So there is something to it. Or is there? What do you think? Do you love cats or are you crazy about them? Let me know in the comments below. New research in the journal Psychological Medicine suggests this has all been a big smear campaign. Have you checked your dog's social media feed lately? Scientists from University College in London examined over 10,000 subjects to see if early exposure to household felines contributed to the risk of developing psychotic episodes. And they came up empty. According to researchers, previous studies were flawed. They didn't take into account a lot of other factors that could have had some influence. So this is excellent news. Cat ownership does not seem to truly increase the risk of psychosis. At least according to this research. So there you go. We thought there was a link, but now at least one study says no. Sweet little kitties are completely innocent and simply not capable of mind control, whether through amoebas, hypnosis, or other means. Oops, I almost forgot. It's snack time for Tiger. He gets so cranky when I'm late. Hang on, I've got the special kind of the cute little can you really like.